Hey, it's me, Lisa Loving. I'm over here. I'm working on this live stream. I'm trying to press all of my buttons. I'm trying to use all of my buttons. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. So anyway, I'm over here. I am working to get the live stream started because we started talking about, I think that's working now. I'm literally recording this on like 3 different places because that's what's so exciting about the modern age, right? Don't you think that's exciting? So here we are. We're about to start going live on Facebook. And I am Lisa Loving. I'm the author of this book, Street Journalist, Understand and Report the News in Your Community. And I am working to educate people around all around the world in how to advocate for yourself, how to understand information, how to take it in, and how to share your ideas effectively with whomever you need to share your ideas with. So I'm learning. I want you to learn also. This is the second day of How to Write Your Rant challenge starts today. So yesterday we had the longer format. I sort of introduced the overview of how to write a rant. And a rant, by rant I mean an opinion piece, right? How to think critically and then share your thoughts with the world around you, like where to bring those ideas and thoughts and arguments, actually. So if you listened yesterday or watched the video on my Facebook page, that video was recorded and it is back on the Facebook page. So if you missed it yesterday live, you can be watching it again to catch up. And I also do these trainings in your location. There's an incredible thing happening right now all over the world where there is a pandemic and we are self-isolating. But I have slideshows behind this presentation. I've given it to hundreds and hundreds of people actually from coast to coast in the United States. So I'm waiting to see if more people show up at the live stream. Today's session is going to be shorter than the first session was because we're just going to be talking about the first steps in writing your rant. And basically those steps involve preparing the platform, getting all of your stuff together. So I want to say again, I'm Lisa Loving, my Facebook page, Media for the People. This is also showing up on YouTube, my YouTube channel, which it's called Lisa Loving, of course. And I'm going to be splashing it around in a few other places as well. And hopefully this is going to become an entire online class for people to learn how to organize your thoughts, learn how to research facts and important information, and then create an effective argument or policy position or testimonial before, a government body. Which I bet there's a lot of people out there that would really love to rant at, I don't know, somebody in government right now. And your rant could be spoken, it could be live, it could be written, it could be a picture. Why not? But really, more than anything, my biggest goal in life is to share basic knowledge about writing, reporting, and news. And how to create, an effective argument with everyone. I'm not saying you should argue with everyone, but maybe you should. I don't know. It just depends. So again, I want to say I'm Lisa Loving. This is my book, Street Journalist. My website is streetjournalist.com. That's street-journalist.com. And on Facebook, Media for the People, right? And I have a few other places too. But here, let's jump in and talk a little bit about how to get ready. What is the background for creating your rant? Okay, that's what I want to talk about today, just for a few minutes. And I'm hoping that you will take this in and think about it. And I have a little bit of homework in the end for you. I know everybody loves homework. Why not? And I'm hoping that you will hear this and maybe you'll post your rant or your ideas on my Facebook page. You can reach me there. I would love to hear more about what you're thinking and what you would like to learn. So if you listen to the first segment, you already know that the first thing you do when you're figuring out your rant is you decide who you're talking to. Then you decide what you want them to do. Basically, what is their call to action? When you are gathering your thoughts, summoning your ideas, I want to put it out to you. You don't want to just be babbling into the void. Have an action in mind. You want to convince people to do something with your words, and that's really important. So the first thing you do, and that's today's lesson, is decide who you're talking to and what you want them to do. Okay? That's the very first, those are the first steps. And Chucha's online. Woo, Trout. Nice to see you. So with those two things, who you're talking to and what you want them to do, I want to take that a step further. Okay? I want you to start visualizing before you even start writing. What kind of information does your audience need? You've already decided who you're talking to, right? Who you're talking to. I mean, are you talking to the mayor, or are you talking to the parents of high school students that are letting their kids go out to lunch at Olive Garden right now when everybody's actually supposed to be isolating to keep a pandemic from spreading throughout our communities? I don't know. So who are you talking to? What kind of language is effective in talking to whoever it is you're talking to? And that shapes what you want them to do. Those are the two things you're keeping in mind. And we're going to move from there to what people need to know to follow your call to action, right? So the activity today that I just really wanted to put out for you, and I'm only going to be talking for a few minutes because I want you to do some homework and think about what you're going to do next. But the activity today is research your topic and create a background of knowledge that you're going to be drawing on in the next 4 steps for the rest of the week. Because I'm going to be coming on live at 6 p.m. Pacific time, where I am here in Portland, Oregon. And we're going to try to bring you through all these activities. Oh no, she touched her face, but it's okay because she's at home. I know the coronavirus, it just percolates everywhere, doesn't it? But anyway, researching your topic and creating a background of knowledge that you will draw on for the next 4 steps that are going to be rolling out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. And all these are going to be recorded and stuffed into my Facebook page. But this is what I want to talk to you about. Who are you talking to? What do you want them to do is going to be based on your knowledge of the topic, right? And as we're looking through social media, we are seeing all kinds of people just pulling information out randomly about, let's just take the coronavirus as an example. People have an opinion, so they're going to glom onto anything that supports their opinion. I want you to step back from that. I don't want you to start out with your opinion and just finding facts that you think support it, or information, pseudo information even, that seems to support it. I want you to visualize a topic and then go educate yourself about that topic, even around the things that you don't know already. Or I want you to also keep your mind open, because the more I research certain things, sometimes I change my mind about those things. I want you to have an open mind about the stuff that you're researching, okay? So if you just tuned in, this is how to write your rant. This is basically the first mini lesson, really digging into the skills of organizing your thoughts and sharing them with the world. And so at last, I want to get down to the thing that I really wanted to talk to you about, which is, how do you research things online? How you have a big idea, whatever it might be. And you want to go out there and find information that you can use, because you already saw the overview of how to write your rant yesterday, or whenever you've watched it, that tells you, you're going to have a main statement, and then you're going to have supporting statements, right? So how do you come up with those supporting statements? How do you go out there and find information that can inform your call to action to people, right? So there's this thing. It's called a Google 5-point search. I do not love the Google Corporation. I don't love them, okay? But Google is a word like dumpster and Vaseline. It has come to mean something more than just their commercial product. When we say to Google something, we're talking about doing a web search. You don't even have to use Google to look things up. You don't have to. There's plenty of places to look. But I want to strongly encourage you to look in places that have reputable information. And what is reputable information is something that we can argue about forever. And there's a lot about that actually in my book, Street Journalist. They have it at the library, y'all. Anyway, the long and the short of it is a 5-point search is exactly what it sounds like. You need to find keywords that describe the issue or situation that you want to talk about or that you want to educate yourself about. You're going to plug those keywords into a search engine, and then you're going to check out the first 5 responses you get. A Google 5-point search. This is the most basic search you can do about anything at all in the world, okay? Google 5-point search. You're going to have to use your judgment because check this out, especially if you're actually using Google, heaven forfend, Google searches are not straightforward. They are not straight lines. When you start looking at the things that you're plugging into Google, you'll see that at the top, there will often be, results that come back. And you're going to look at the little tiny words next to those results. You're going to look for a word that says ad. Yeah. So when you start thinking about like how you research your topic online, you have to put on a really big thinking cap. Because Google actually owns this utility. I'm going to suggest to you that it's a monopoly. They're actually being sued in multiple jurisdictions for running a monopoly and how people get information out of the internet. But you have to use your judgment and be really smart about what you see in a web search as you're thinking about your rant, especially if you're thinking about a rant. Because there's going to be actually the way Google, that's one of the lawsuits against Google right now, that I believe Google is actually called the Alphabet Corporation, right? Alphabet Incorporated is their actual corporate name. But you need to use your judgment when you're looking at the stuff that they're going to vomit up at you, right? Some of that stuff at the top is an ad. The stuff does not flow like a river. It's not a straight line. Google actually controls the algorithm is the word, the ones and zeros inside the interwebs to basically control what you search, putting that out. So and I just really wanted to share with you this most basic Google 5-point search. I think this is a really interesting exercise for a lot of people because you probably don't think a lot about how that stuff lines up when you search for things. And I want to say, I'm waving the orange book around, reclaiming orange for the people. There is a lot in this book about what is information, right? Information, not everything is information. And what is information, people don't even agree on it. What is truth? We don't even agree on what's truth, right? I feel like that's a lyric in an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. Yes, it is. You could message me and ask me what song that is. But anyway, I'm just saying, as you are thinking about your strong feelings about an issue, a situation, a topic, you're going to go out, you're going to find a search engine, right? And you're going to plug in keywords, a handful of words that describe that situation, maybe 3 words, okay? We could talk about this more. If people have questions about it, definitely let me know. But I'm saying you're going to have to use your judgment about what information is real. And one other thing I want to suggest to you about it is when you pull down a result, type the keywords from that result back into the search engine with the word hoax. Seriously, test drive that stuff. Kick the tires on that vehicle. You are driving the vehicle. So I just want to leave you today with that message actually. And I actually had a little homework assignment for you. Let's see if I can pull it up on my pad. Oh, the activity for today And what I'm hoping that you're going to do, the homework that I'm giving you today is I want you you already have pulled out your topic that you want to talk about, whatever it is. I want you to go online and research that. And I want you to find some bullshit stories. Find some bullshit stories. Find some stories that seem more accurate and compare and contrast them. I would love to hear what you come up with, right? So go to my Facebook page, Media for the People, and type in there questions that you have, issues that you have. And I have to say, this is an interesting thing. I was doing this workshop at a low-income housing complex a couple weeks ago, and there was a boy in that workshop. He was about 10 years old. He listened to everything. He wrote it all down. And then his one question was, we're talking about how to write your rant, how to build an argument. His question was, what if you're wrong? That kid blew my mind. So I want to talk about that tomorrow. What if you're wrong? And as you are going out there and you're gathering information, you're doing your 5-point search, you're trying to kick the tires on the vehicle and see if the shit is real. And don't talk like that in front of a microphone for broadcast. Another tip for you. As you do that, I just want you to start seeing, what is truth, what is right, what is wrong. As we're ranting and we're talking with each other, what happens when we're wrong or we change our mind? This is a theme I want to keep coming back to. I have myself, some people say, nobody changes their mind because of something they read on social media, but I do all the time. Heck yeah. And part of it, I wind up running some keywords through government websites. I'm going to be looking for federal government reports or scientific reports and things like that. These are all things that you can pull up as you're doing your Google 5-point search. And one other weird little tip, if you're doing a search, especially with Google, there's a little button when you first start that says advanced search. Check that out. When you go to the advanced search, you can actually start looking for PowerPoint presentations and different ways of taking in information than just reading them from a newspaper or anything like that. So play around with looking things up, play around with searching things. Think about who's wrong? What if you're wrong? What kind of information is wrong? Have you ever been wrong? I love that. So awesome. Because part of the purpose of ranting is to evolve. I'm just putting that out. So, all right, I've talked enough. I'm going to be talking every day after this. And then after how to write your rant, the next workshop I want to do is going to be about interviewing, right? And somewhere in there, I want to start doing 60-second journalism lessons too, because they're hella fun. And listen, journalism, it's for the people. You don't have to have a master's degree to do that shit. So check it out. This is my book, Street Journalist, Understand and Report the News in Your Community. There's a lot in here about understanding more about information, what is information, stuff like that. I'm Lisa Loving, Media for the People, streetjournalist.com. That's street-journalist.com. And on Facebook, I am Lisa Loving. That's my actual self, but I also have an author page. I'm going to start doing some literary classes on there. On Twitter, I'm at Lisa Loving. Instagram, I'm L Loving. Check that out, right? And I just want to wrap this up and say, fact checking is your friend. And thanks for being with me. And I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Okay, and now I'm going to try to press all the buttons that I pressed to make this live. And I'm going to do it in reverse so that I'm, recorded. But as you watch me struggle with this a little bit, I want you to think about what you can do, because nobody knows all the stuff now. And when it comes to real information, when it comes to supporting ourselves as a community, I need you to step up. And this is kind of what that looks like. It's okay. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. Fact checking is your friend.